Bonjour, jambo, hello everyone. I take this opportunity to welcome you to our call today. My name is Rachel Vichei. I'm a Teach for Kenya alumni and I'm honored to be one of the speakers on the session Alumni Career Pathways Driving Change with Crisis Affected Communities. I currently work in the education and emergency space in the Democratic Republic of Congo as an education program associate. Just a bit of my career. I started, I did my bachelor's of education in Kenya at the Nairobi University, going into the classroom as a high school teacher, whereby I only taught for 3 months during my teaching practice. Then I transitioned to Kakuma refugee camps, whereby I started working with refugees, teachers, and also girls. I remember at that time, I started by recording videos, teaching them English, mathematics, and science. And I was telling my friends, we can do this. You can record a lesson, for example, mathematics, and teach these children, because in refugee camps there are some schools that don't have teachers. So it was just like starting, and that journey was really fruitful because I enjoyed working with refugees and I got inspired by their resilience and the hard work that they put in education. From there, I now currently transition into active war zones, now supporting teachers and school leaders to deliver high quality education in emergencies areas. There are a lot of skills that I gained when I was a classroom teacher. I always tell myself that education or being a teacher is such a noble cause, because we tend to interact with different kinds of children, people in the communities, and also teachers. And I really appreciate the opportunity of being a classroom teacher and now transitioning into humanitarian sector. And I tend to get all the experiences that I had from being a classroom teacher. For example, the skills I got, number one is on pedagogy. As a teacher, you have to teach every day and interact with your national curriculum. You cannot teach without knowing your national curriculum and also instructional strategies. So this one helped me. At the moment in Congo, part of my hours and during the day, I dedicate my time being in classrooms to observe how teachers are teaching the students and getting to note down and giving feedback regarding to how they are teaching. And also with curriculum development, I've been able to engage with the curriculum of Congo. And now when I'm entering in those classes, I know what they're teaching, how they're supposed, and I can say it's just like a collaborative work, because I tend to support them so that they can deliver high quality education. The second one is on the cultural sensitivity. As Teach for Kenya fellows and also as Teach for fellows, we are placed in communities whereby we have diverse people and there are different cultures in those communities. So being in those communities for 2 years, I was in an informal settlement for 2 good years, enabled me to interact well, to respect people's culture, and just know how to communicate. If I need something from them, how I'm supposed to communicate without stepping on each other. And so here, even in Congo at the moment, you know how that area is, and I've been able to have cultural sensitivity in all the things that I do. Being in classroom, interacting with teachers outside, interacting with students, just respecting that. Number 3 is the issue around adaptability and flexibility. Being a teacher, you're supposed to be adaptable and also flexible. Teaching, it's a demanding call, and it tends you can be affected emotionally because of the stories that you hear from your learners, from the community you are serving. And this has enabled me in the crisis affected community that I'm currently working, I'm flexible, I'm adaptable to each and every changes that are happening near me. Last but not least is the aspect of resilience. The communities that we serve, they tend to expose us to a lot of challenges. For example, I can say this real example. When I was a teacher at Mukuru Kwanjenga Primary School, when it rained, the roads were impassable, with sewer lines, with a lot of mud, and that was the only route. Sometimes you could tell yourself, I'm just going to give up when it rains, and then it starts raining early in the morning, 4 a.m., and you're like, how will I get to that school? But just realizing the impact that you're creating to those children, it made me wake up every morning to go to that school and make sure that I'm supporting those learners. Yes, absolutely. And I can say on the issue of resilience, trust me, I have high respect for all the alumni and fellows working with Teach For organization. I remember I was working with a project on gender-based violence in the community, and the amount of cases that were coming, because I was a gender patron in that school, just helping these girls to always speak up in case they face any gender-based violence in the communities or at home. And sometimes you work as a guardian, you work as a teacher, you work as a mentor, like all the labels that teachers are always labeled. You could be that one person, and you could work with different people, different opportunities, different projects, different things, and resilience was very important. We had a lot of people that dropped out of the way because the amount of challenges that would come. And then one thing is, we young people, when we go to school or even workplace, you can come up with these brilliant ideas, that yes, you can also do piloting and make sure that maybe they're driving the school success or just creating impact in the community. And then shock on you, because your bubble will be burst. So it was like you need to brace yourself for these challenges. Coming with different ideas, they're being rejected. But that did not hinder me from working, trying different projects in the community, and also teaching to make sure that these children are getting quality education. Absolutely. When you join a Teach For organization, for instance, for me, Teach For Kenya, it opened doors for me to join the Teach For All global network. And here as I stand, I'm passionate about girls' education and also education in emergencies because of the experiences that I've been able to go through as a girl. That's why my passion is there. And also the challenges that crisis affected students and also teachers are affecting. And I've joined the Teach For All Global Education in Emergencies Facebook group, whereby I was one of the leadership team conducting all the sessions in the group, networking with people, helping organize sessions, networking activities, and also the Teach For All Girls Education. I was one of the mentors and also had the opportunity to speak to one of the sessions with the girls. And so Teach For All, it has exposed me to a lot of opportunities. Recently, we had our Teach For Kenya Alumni Summit, whereby we were delighted to have guests from Teach For All, who was Adelina. And Adelina was telling or encouraging us about connection beyond our cohort, we have a lot of people doing amazing work in our area of interest. For example, for me, working in education and emergencies, at the Teach for All alumni, we have a lot of people, and we can forge collaboration, work together, forming different working groups, and also like advancing education in these challenging opportunities. So as I stand here, I say that Teach for All, it's an amazing network. Thank you so much, Teach for All. Yes, my top tips of like transitioning from a classroom teacher or from your fellowship journey and then coming into the education sector. Number one is being an advocacy. It's simply like championing for education in emergencies to be funded. We have a lot of stakeholders. You can decide to talk about teachers in emergencies, students, the role of community. And recently I initiated a 10 push-up challenge whereby it really gathered attention from different educators joining in just to say these children deserve education no matter the challenging circumstances that they get themselves in. So this is one of the area. Number two, you can be a researcher. For example, I have a friend who has joined the Rotary Fellowship, whereby you're being sponsored to come up with a topic and then go try findings, go and try and get some findings. You can work in a refugee settlement just to address some of the challenges and the solution that you are proposing. Number three, you can be a teacher. A teacher, it can be going into these war zones or crisis-affected communities and being a teacher. In Kenya, we have 2 refugee camps, that is the Dadaab refugee camp and Kakuma refugee camp, whereby you can go volunteer as a teacher because they don't have like a lot of teachers in the camp because of different challenges. And you can also venture in policy making or be a policy maker, whereby start like joining policy makers, maybe conference, learning a course under that, and be those kind of people that, you know, you're driving systemic change in education in emergencies. To the fellows and alumni who are watching me today here, I want to encourage you that it's really important to venture into the humanitarian sector, because currently you know what is happening in Gaza, in Congo, Mali, Burkina Faso, Syria, Afghanistan, just to mention a few. There are a lot of challenges. Wars have escalated and leaving our teachers and our students behind. In education in emergencies, we always say that we want to give these children a chance to get education even in their circumstances that they find themselves in, and to cope and also have skills that will enable them thrive in their area. So I want to take this opportunity to encourage you that you can join us on this other side. And number two, keep pushing, make sure that you graduate from that fellowship, and a lot of opportunities are waiting for you as an alumni of Teach for All. And to the Teach for All alumni, I want to encourage you, let's continue. Yes, I know we have diverse pathways. There are some in education, others in education in emergencies, social innovation. Let's continue working together so that we can see the impact that we want. Parting shot, we are the change that we want to see. Thank you so much for having me here today. Thank you.